Good day, everyone. My name is Idilva Uldana. I am future English teacher. I am 21 years old. I was born in the city Shymkent, studied and finished at the 78th General Secondary School. In general, speaking about my time at school, I was very active among my classmates. When I was at school, I attended various art and other extracurricular clubs. Perhaps it's not for nothing that the child is immediately recognized. Since school, I have been interested in English language. I would think that if I learn English, I will have a lot of opportunities in the future. Translator, teacher, flight attendant, official secretary, and so on. However, the closest thing to me from inside is a teacher, and after my mother became the teacher, and my love for children grew up, I decided to choose this path. At school, for the same reason, I would be sent to international Olympiads from English language. I would come back with different places and every time. And sometimes I was their first places or the second places. My teacher, who gave us English from childhood at school, said that if you study well, tomorrow you will be fine and you will not stay on the ground. The future lies in the English. The same word hung in my ear like a gold earrings, and I caught in my intuition. This is how I want to say 1,000 thanks to my teacher, who aroused my interest. In 2019, I entered the International Kazakh-Turkish University named after Khoja Ahmed Yesavi. At the university, along with classes, took an active part in the various events. For example, I had a language week in my first year, and my curator appointed me as a mentor there. I don't know, I said, and besides the language there were other interesting weeks. Unfortunately, after studying in a quarantine time in the second year, we could not go anywhere. In the third year, we went and studied again. At the moment, also, I have no experiences as a school teacher and the result of the practice time. And at the university, I was able to understand the true meaning of teaching and for my own direction and the purpose, the personality of the teacher in myself. From the third year, we went to practice at the school in the Turkestan. I was practicing at Gani Muratbayev school, number 5. There, my school teacher from English language showed me her experiences during the lesson, and she told me that children what eyes to look at, what to teach, what new things to show. I had to learn from him. Every week I would to prepare different interesting games, different logical questions to interest their lesson. Then the children became more enthusiastic about the lesson, and they were even more interested in reading. I was 15 weeks old and I got a grade of 5. My own curator also praised me for doing well. That is good for yourself. Then in my last year, I went to practice at another school until winter. This school was the 27th Uzbekali Janibek school, and she told me what she knew. During my internship, I learned how to systematically organize a lesson plan, rationally allocate time, and freely navigate the learning material during the lesson, and maintaining inner peace and developing stress tolerance became a very important test for me. Since there were several emotionally tense situations in the relationship between the teacher and between the classes. And I needed to keep myself in a calm and a confident state of mind in order to get ready to teach classes. Another very important skill that I have worked on is keeping the audience attention. I think that I managed to answer again and awaken the children's interest in the English language. I hope that I was able to repeat and explain the material on the topic of adverbs and so on, and the official parts of speech to the children in understandable and accessible form, and attract their interest in developing creative for me and repeat previously studied theoretical material. And I was trained as a future specialist and did my part. At that school, I taught the 6th grades. There was an Uzbek class, but the Kazakh ones were like water. Speaking of the English side, it was a small passive classes, the most difficult from the procedure of checking assignments jointly with the class, which were performed by individual students on the blackboard. And I turned it out to be difficult for focus on both checking and evaluating the tasks completed on the blackboard, and working with the comments of the guys from the class. I would like to become more proficient, and this matter it gained and confidence in using methods and the methods of teaching educational material. And with the 2 or 3 students among the best students, he always answered with his hands raised and striving for the lesson. And however, my tactic was to ask lessons not only from the study well, but also from the who studied so bad, and to reveal their aspirations for future life, and will the balance established. In general, it's not mistake to say that 4 years I not only studied, but also I went to different schools for 4 years to collect my experience as a future profession. In addition to continuous classes, which are held daily in practice at the school, I also held several open lessons and the competitive lessons and open class hour on choosing on profession guide graduates and educational hours on various topics. During the lesson, I used modern technologies and the methods based on improving students' reading, listening, and speaking skills. In addition to clearly expressing grammar rules. As a result, having learned how to communicate closely with students, and I learned to instill in them ability and the interest. Also, it was at this time that my own direction was formed. I have developed the position I will be an English, but also teach them a lot of knowledge, love their work, encourage students to be digital and functionally literate, to start innovation, to constantly develop their knowledge and skills. In 2023, I graduated from the university with good grades and became a young and capable specialist fluent in Turkish and English, and in addition Kazakh and Russian languages. Dear members of the Commission, if you accept me as a teacher, you can be sure that you will raise a constantly mature generation with equal education and upbringing, eager to learn new things.